If you've been dreaming of a work-from-home job to get a little more flexibility in your life, then you're in luck. There are a ton of work-from-home opportunities out there today, many of which require no special experience to get started. While you could theoretically do this with online side hustles, those won't provide a consistent livable income that you might be looking for, at least at the beginning. So in this video, we're focusing on full-time jobs that will pay you a full-time salary, all while working from the comfort of your own home, or anywhere else for that matter. Virtual assistants. As more businesses go remote, there is an increasing demand for assistants to handle typical day-to-day office tasks. Essentially, a virtual assistant is a remote employee who offers business administrative support, typically on a part-time to full-time basis. You might be expected to perform tasks like scheduling appointments, arranging travel, making phone calls, or organizing emails. There are even a few platforms specifically for connecting virtual assistants to clients. We recommend checking out Fancy Hands, FreeUp, and virtualassistants.com. The average hourly pay rate for virtual assistants is $16.12, which is approximately $34,000 a year. Insurance sales. Top insurance providers such as New York Life and MassMutual regularly advertise insurance jobs that require little or no experience. Insurance companies will typically offer you paid training and entry-level positions that start around $30,000 a year with benefits. If you're looking for a remote job in this field, try looking on job boards like ZipRecruiter, Indeed, and Glassdoor. Data entry. Data entry clerks take data from spreadsheets, order forms, printed documents, and other sources, and then input them into another source or database. You might also be required to verify information while checking it for errors. A lot of companies only require that applicants have a high school diploma, so any other experience is rarely ever needed. And since a majority of information that businesses process is digital these days, data entry clerks are reasonably high in demand. Plus, since data entry doesn't often need to be done during regular business hours, it can be an ideal job for those looking for more flexibility. The average data entry clerk makes $34,000 a year. Copy editor or proofreader. Copy editors and proofreaders are two similar positions with essentially the same set of goals, and that is to make sure that written text is free from errors. Proofreaders are normally the last set of eyes on a piece of text before it's published, printed, or posted. They check text for grammatical and style errors while also making sure it's free of typos and it's properly formatted. Copy editors essentially do the same thing, except they might also make changes to sentences or even whole paragraphs to ensure that they are accurate and easy to read. Businesses that produce a large quantity of written content typically hire remote or in-person copy editors or proofreaders to work either part or full-time. There are also plenty of opportunities out there to work as a freelancer or contractor on a project-to-project basis. And while you don't technically need any experience or even a degree in most cases to become a copy editor or proofreader, you will need to demonstrate that you have a strong command of the English language. If your spelling and grammar are a bit iffy, then these are a couple of jobs that you might want to steer clear of. But they're pretty lucrative jobs if you can keep up with the workload. The average copy editor makes around $50,000 a year, while the average proofreader salary is about $46,000. Social media manager. There is an ever-growing need for social media managers to help brands run their social media pages, namely on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Depending on the organization, a social media manager may be tasked with things like planning and scheduling posts, creating content, monitoring performance, and engaging with followers. While larger businesses might seek coordinators and managers that are experienced and educated, small operations often will hire entry-level employees without any previous experience. That being said, if you want to get into this competitive field, you should have a deep knowledge of various social media platforms. And keep in mind, you'll need a little more knowledge than just using these platforms yourself. It will help if you can show examples of accounts you've successfully managed before. And if you haven't gained any experience by working for someone else yet, you can always present your own pages as an example of your work. Social media coordinators typically make about $40,000 a year, while managers can earn on average about $52,000 a year. Customer service representative. If you're comfortable talking to people and handling escalated situations, then this might be the perfect work-from-home gig for you. In most cases, employers will provide you with the required computer and communications equipment that you'll need while working remotely to respond to phone calls or messages from customers. They typically also offer paid training along with a script that you'll use when replying to common questions and requests. Since so many businesses want their customers to be satisfied, you should have no problem finding a job in a field that interests you. Bear in mind that some customers will inevitably be upset and confrontational when interacting with you. You'll need to be able to keep your cool and stick with the script if you want to be successful in this field. But if you can handle the pressure, this job earns about $17 to $20 an hour, or $35,000 to $42,000 per year. Mock juror. When legal teams want to learn how a real-world jury might react to arguments or pieces of evidence that they submit in court, they sometimes hire mock juries as a test run of sorts. You can find these kinds of jobs on sites like eJury, Jury Test, and Online Verdict. The average completed trial pays between $20 and $60. So if you want to turn this unorthodox job into a full-time career, you'll have to stick with it and apply for as many mock trials as possible. As such, this might work best as a simple side hustle or as a full-fledged work-from-home job if you fully commit to it. Travel and reservation agent. While a lot of people prefer to make their own travel accommodations through apps and websites, there are still plenty of opportunities for work in the travel industry. And if you've done a lot of traveling, these jobs present an excellent opportunity for you to start sharing your knowledge while working from home. Companies like Juror Hotels and Marriott are currently the biggest names in the industry that are looking for remote workers right now. The average pay is about $20 an hour or $42,000 a year. Content writer. Content writers create long-form text like articles, scripts, and blog entries. Their goal is to educate, entertain, and inform readers while driving up a company's website traffic and building brand awareness. More specific writing gigs include technical writing, copywriting, and medical writing. These jobs, however, usually require applicants to be a bit more experienced. If you're looking to get your feet wet and start writing immediately, you can typically find entry-level content writing jobs on sites like Fiverr or Upwork. This is also one of the most flexible positions on this list, as writers can be full-time, part-time, or even freelance. The average content writer makes about $48,000 a year, but this can vary quite significantly. Tutor. While teachers usually need a license to work in the respective states, tutors don't. In order to land a remote job as a tutor, you will need to have some kind of experience in a field of study, but this doesn't necessarily mean professional experience. This can come from your previous work and life experiences, or simply just from your personal interests and hobbies. Tutors normally make between $15 and $20 an hour, or $31,000 to $42,000 a year. Software engineer. If you know how to code in a language like SQL, Python, or JavaScript, and have strong communication skills, searching for software engineer or developer jobs might be your best bet. Software engineers use coding languages to write computer programs, design websites, and develop computer systems. They spend the bulk of their time problem solving, troubleshooting, and tinkering with their code to get it to run correctly. Most software engineers work as part of a team, and that's where your strong communication skills will come in. You'll need to be able to collaborate with others effectively, but most of this kind of work can be done online these days. And if you don't know how to code yet, you can always teach yourself or attend a coding bootcamp if you're not trying to go back to school to get a full-fledged computer science degree. Just remember, when interviewing for a remote software engineer job, you'll probably need to show your potential employer examples of projects that you've coded. So you'll want to get your portfolio together beforehand. However, this is definitely the highest paying job on this list, with most positions starting at around $100,000 a year. Or create your own business. While all of these ideas can help you earn consistent money at home, the earning potential goes way up if you can work for yourself and build your own business. Luckily, this channel already has tons of videos on business ideas for you to tap into, all of which you can start in your very own home. One of the most popular places to start seems to be vending machines, and you can check out these videos here for some of the best vending machine business ideas. Leave a comment below if you have any questions or requests, and we'll see you in the next video.